Guten Tag, one and all. It is I, Mr. Cinema Junkie, and my German sucks, but that's okay. How's everybody doing? I'm getting juiced up. Arizona, mucho mango, endorsed by such YouTube greats as the Clay Singer. Cheers. I found these the other day, and I am addicted. They're really good, and I shouldn't be. Does anybody like Cracker Jack? I don't. I used to when I was a kid. As I grew older, my taste buds started to change a little bit, and I find them to be flavorless. And the prizes suck, and the prizes are terrible. They used to be kind of cool when I was a kid, little pads you could write on, lift, and it erases, or stick on tattoos and stuff like that. Now each and every box just has this stupid picture, and then you fold out, and it changes his face, and it's moronic. But they have this new line of snack called Cracker Jacked. Now, I don't know if they realize this, but in my world, jacked means fucked. Okay? Plain and simple. It means like somebody gets a raw deal, like, oh man, it's jacked. Or, you jacked this up. That's not a good thing. So Cracker Jacked, I understand what they were trying to do here, but to me, it's funny. Cracker fucked. Okay. So anyways, this is sweet and savory clusters, salted caramel. Now, I've seen salted caramel in candy bars, and I passed right by it. It's like, nope, nope, nope. I saw it on here, and I thought, salted caramel. Let's give it a whirl, shall we? And I liked it. I really liked it. So give it a shot. It's a little more expensive than regular Cracker Jack for obvious reasons. But in this dangerous black bag, it just tells me it's a snack that was devised for when you got your blood sugar good and high, but your blood pressure is still too damn normal. But that is not why I brought you here today. I have movies to talk about. Finally, movies. Movies and more movies. Redbox has become a necessary evil. For some reason, I'm not getting an internet connection on my PS3. So streaming Netflix has become a no-go. So Redbox. I've been getting some movies from Redbox. And I remember I did a video a while back talking about how I really didn't care for Redbox. But since everybody seems to be closing their stores and running away screaming, Redbox it is. It's that or receive movies from Netflix, DVDs and stuff. And last time I got DVDs from them, which was a couple of months ago, they kept sending stuff out of order from my queue. My queue I had it organized the way I wanted it, and they kept sending stuff from like the middle of my queue. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Stop it. But again, enough of that. Movies. These are the Redbox movies that I got lately. Start off with a movie called Dark Feed. This movie was basically about people who are shooting a movie, and they're shooting it in an abandoned mental facility. Yeah. Like, that hasn't been done enough. Some abandoned building that people go into, and they're either hunting for ghosts or they're shooting a reality show. In this case, they're shooting a movie. And the doctor that used to work there, of course, did hideous experiments on the patients, and their souls and the evil that was there is embodied in this black gook that seems to infect everyone when it got into the water system, I think, and they've been drinking this horrid water, and they've all become batshit. Sum it up in the word typical. That's what this movie was. Typical. Not a whole lot of surprises. Even sometimes it didn't shock. It just left you with a feeling of what. So was it good? It was okay. Uh, Good for the one time. It's not something that I would throw up on my shelf because I'd probably never watch it again. But good for like a one through, I guess, one deal. I mean, it was okay. You know, I don't want to totally bury this movie because it wasn't as terrible as some that I've seen, and I'll get to that one in a minute. But if I had to give it a letter grade, it would be like a C minus. Not exactly in the failing section, but mediocre. Um, with a cast of very varied actors that I have no idea who they are. I hardly ever pay attention to who's acting in these things unless it's somebody I've known from other movies. But yeah, dark feed, haunted building, making horror movies in the haunted building, and stirring up some shit. That's basically it. That's the formula right there. So, moving on, I couldn't resist. I knew I was getting into some shit here. I knew it, but sometimes you see it coming and like a deer in the headlights, you just stand there and let it hit you. I picked up Night of the Living Dead Resurrection. If that title don't just fucking tip its hat, I don't know what. If just you're in for something here. Think back to that movie they released. What was it called? Day of the Dead Contagion. When you make a sequel of a sequel, that's just a recipe for bleh. Usually, this one was a branch off of course, the original Night of the Living Dead. Somebody, I guess it was a fan movie of some sort because I don't see any big time studio plopping down money for a movie like this. Uh, Cheap shots galore. Too many references to the original movie, and not very many, but some very blatant ones. Uh, it was like if I had to sum it up, it was like a zombie horror movie, a zombie comedy movie that wasn't funny. Okay, because the moves and the lines in there got a little ridiculous. Um, it was just again not something I would own, and I'm almost sorry I saw it the first time. Um, for example, there's a guy in a car and he's looking for a radio signal, trying to find a radio signal to find out what's going on. He finally gets a radio signal, and then he calls someone and says, "I finally got a radio signal. I got a signal. I don't know what the signal had to do with him finding this person. I don't know, but he's telling him, I got a radio signal. I'll be there in just a moment. I'm coming to get you, Barbara." They did it better in Shaun of the Dead. Okay, let's just say that Shaun of the Dead did that line a whole lot better. The delivery was way better and it was funny. Um, this was not supposed to be a funny movie, and yet it was. I mean, when I saw the movie, I thought, wow, this movie. Not only when you died you come back to life, but you get a free pair of Marilyn Manson contacts because everybody had the same damn contact lenses on their eyes, and you could tell they were contact lenses. There was no trying to hide that fact. They had these side shots, and you could see this thick friggin' contact lens on their eyes, and I'm like, wow, man, was the makeup guy drunk that day or what? I mean, or the cameraman. The cameraman shouldn't have shot an angle like that if you can see him sticking out from the eyeball. But I digress. There were other little references too. There's a scene where they talk about going into the basement, and the guy says, "Oh, the basement's a death trap." Or even this one scene where the guy who was going to get Barbara is looking for gasoline. Now, yes, he happens to be black, and that references the original Night of the Living Dead in that he's looking around and he gets shot in the head, and he almost dies the same way that Ben did. He boom, he gets laid out. It looks just like when he got shot in the head, except this one's a little more gory. He got his face blown off with a shotgun, but there was a reference there, and they even kind of referenced the remake of Dawn of the Dead, because in it there was this pregnant lady who gets bitten, and the mom aborts the baby to save the daughter, and then later you see the sheets that it's wrapped up in. They never show the baby, but you see the sheets that it's wrapped up in, and the sheets start moving, and I was just like, no. And then it ended on this note. I'm going to give away the ending. This is probably the first time I've ever done this. I usually say I don't want to give away the ending in case anybody sees it. I'm going to give away the ending here. So if you don't want to hear the ending, fast forward or cut the video now. But it ended on such a, like, really, man? Because I couldn't tell if this outburst had just started recently in the movie timeline, or if it had been going on for a long time. Because you see a scene where there's a store and they have newspaper clippings as the dead rise and the dead walk and all this other stuff. But it didn't seem like they were at the end of civilization. But it ended on this note where they fought through the night, and in the morning, the mom and the daughter, one of the daughters, is left. Not the pregnant one, she dies. The whore. The one who's hitting on her sister's husband. Thank God for whores. They're the ones that are left, and this group comes by, militant group, really cheesy looking. And they say, oh, the mom's been bitten, the old one's been bitten, and they shoot her in the head. And they said, what about her? And it says, oh, she looks clean, real clean. So the leader of the group says, fine. And then he's getting in the truck and he tells them, put her in the rape van. And then they have a close up of what the girls look like. And it freezes like that. And zooms in and goes black and white. And I was like, rape van? Really? They have a rape van? That's how it ends? You're going to get a whole lot of dick. Yeah, the movie was fail. But I did rent one movie called Stitches. This movie is about a clown, a birthday clown, who encounters a horrible accident and dies. But he's part of a secret coven of clowns, and they somehow resurrect him. And they'd say things like, a clown who doesn't finish a party can never rest. They do. And the joke is never funny the second time around. And it's dead serious, man. They got like a clown cult, and they have a big ceremony. And the best part was when they're walking up to the little temple, the clown temple, and they're chanting. They're going, ha, 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 he. The movie was so much fun. It was so friggin' cool. The gore level was pretty decent. It was a bit comedic. Definitely, you go in kind of expecting that. It's about a clown, for goodness sake. And the guy reminded me kind of like Shakes the Clown in the beginning. He's just, banging away on some chick in a trailer, but then he has to take off for a party, and he hates kids, you can tell, and he's just in it for the money. But when he comes back to life, he's this murderous clown with one eye, because that's how he dies. He gets a knife in the eye. And all the kids have grown up. All the kids at this party have grown up. It's like 6 years later. And they must not be too grown. They're still in high school, but the mom's away, so they decide to have a birthday party for him, because it's been 6 years since he had a birthday party. He was traumatized by all that shit that happened. And it gets to be a lot of fun. They have some creative ways of dying and creative ways of killing, and it's funny, and I liked it a lot. Stitches, go check it out. It's at Redbox. Netflix probably carries it too. So either way, definitely check it out. Um, Clown horror is a touchy thing. It's kind of touch and go. So you're either gonna like ride one side of it and try to be, kind of like smart assed and humorous, or you're gonna ride the other side and just be completely dark and 100 tears type of psychotic, or a clown house kind of psychotic. This one was not that. This clown was pretty deep, and like I said, there were some pretty gory parts in there. I mean, especially when they find out how to dispose of the clown, so it gets a little wet in a weird way. But definitely check that one out. I'd give that one like a B plus. Just teetering by right around an A minus. If I graded it on a curve, A minus. It's my cup of tea, really. It really is. It was fun, a lot of fun. I'm gonna look for it and I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna own that one. And last movie, which kind of pardon my language, but like I care. Flying with all the F words and F bombs everywhere, and all of a sudden it's like, excuse me for saying this, but this movie pretty much jerked me off. It was not in a good way. It was just the previews were pretty intense, and I was like, man, I got to see that movie. And then when I got it, I kind of knew what was going on, but it was so haphazard and thrown together that I was like, I'm not following this. And there's like key chunks of this video that I was just not getting. This movie, I was not getting it. The movie is called Skew, about a camera that makes this guy see things, and people die when he videotapes them. If their face is distorted, it means they're about to die. Never find out why the camera does that. You don't know where the camera came from. You don't know why it chose him to show these things. I mean, it just left a lot of shit unanswered. To me, it did. My original plan was to just say the last movie I saw was Skewed, and I was talking to everybody, and then click off, because there was nothing I can say about this movie. Was it good? Was it bad? I guess. I mean, I didn't really care for it. It kind of disappointed me. I have to say, I was pretty disappointed. One of the lead actors, the guy's friend who gets all up in arms, he can't act for shit. He tries to act angry, and he just pulls it off like he's really trying way too hard. To me, the movie wasn't good. Okay, maybe you should check it out and see what you think about it. Maybe you'll get it, because I didn't. I kind of got the gist of what was going on and the ending and everything like that, but it still left me wondering, like, so what are we looking at here? What happened? What's going on? That's the feeling it gave me. Didn't care for it. So, out of those 4 movies, Skew, Stitches, Night of the Living Dead Resurrection, which, by the way, I thought I was getting a movie that I had seen on Netflix. I started watching on Netflix and never finished it, and I thought it was called Night of the Living Dead Resurrection. Totally different movie. From what I saw, there was a totally different deal on Netflix. So I need to go back and check what Night of the Living Dead I was watching, because that one looked a little more put together, a little more solid. This one that I saw from Redbox, no. But out of those 4 movies, and Dark Feed, the only one that I can give major kudos to is Stitches. The rest of them, new. So, if you get a chance, definitely check out Stitches. A lot of fun. Had a blast with it. And in it, they use the word mammy And mammy has always been a funny word to me. It's I don't know why. Ever since I was a kid, I heard mammy. And it's like, mammy. It's funny to me. They use that word in there. In a way that I didn't expect, or somebody used it that I didn't expect to. So anyways, thanks for watching. Once again, I painfully watch these terrible movies so to try to keep you from doing the same. Learn by my example. I live as a warning to others. I thank you, one and all, for watching. And if you've seen any of these movies and have a insightful opinion, please comment below. And see you all again real soon. Take care.